Thank you, Jahid. I appreciate that, and that was a beautiful introduction. And if you could just test and make sure that everyone can hear me on the conference call. Can you hear me on the conference call?
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Let's try it again. Can you all hear me on the conference call? You can hear me now? Okay, very good. Well, I wanted to welcome everyone on the conference call, those that are sitting here right here in Atlanta, Georgia, and those that will purchase this DVD and CD. You know, we sent the video out because I wanted to just be practical. I wanted to share with those who want to make money how I do it. This is not a pipe dream. This is not to where, you know, I'm going to tell you, yes, I can make you a millionaire overnight. I'm not saying I can make you a millionaire overnight. I'm not saying I can put another $500,000 into your bank account. But I can show you how to make money when you need money. When I have situations to where I need $300, $400, $500, I know I can sit in front of my computer, I can go right online, and I can make the money that I need. I'll give you just a prime example. This week, Atlanta was shut down. We got a little bit of snow. You know, God is wonderful. He can drop a few inches of snow, ice on a city, and shut down the entire city. Well, some people got cabin fever. They couldn't stand to be in the house that long. For me, it was exciting. I had days to sit in front of the computer. And for me, time in front of the computer is money. You give me an hour, I can make $100. You give me 4 days, then there's no telling what I can make. So I had the opportunity this week, because of the snow, to make some additional income, and that income is right now sitting into my bank account. So I said, what can I do? I dedicated this year to my motto. My motto is, remember, the only way to achieve success is to reach back and take someone with you. So I know many family members, many community members, they always ask me, Patrick, you know, can you get me a job? Can you show me how to get some extra money? Can I borrow some money? Well, you know, when people always ask you that, you want to help. But oftentimes, you know, if you can teach a man how to fish, he can eat forever. If you take him and you throw the rod out there yourself, he can only eat for a day. So today, I'm going to show you all some step-by-step techniques. Now, let me just share something with you. I'm an entrepreneur. And when I say I'm an entrepreneur, I'm not an entrepreneur that has to go read 12 books and has to go sit in front of 30 lectures. I'm one of those that if an idea comes, I know who the idea came from. Now, it's up to me to do something with that idea. And I'll give you just a couple scenarios. As a young child, one of our ideas was when X-Clan came out, and everybody was sporting the red, the black, and the green. One of my friend's mother had the little doorway frames. They had the beads. You know, the beads would, you walk through the door, you move the beads to the side, and you walk on through. Remember in the 70s. Well, they happened to be red, black, and green. So idea popped up. Man, we can make necklaces and bracelets and anklets, put the little African on it, and make money. And so we did. So in junior high school, we were making $30, $40, $50 a week. Now for a 9 and 10-year-old, that's excellent money. But that was one of the starts of my entrepreneur adventures. My father owned a trucking company, and he would bring home this dump truck full of metal pipes. He would dump them in the backyard. All my friends say, man, your daddy is like Fred Sanford. And they would laugh. They would see the pipes in the backyard. But let me tell you what was phenomenal about those pipes. I could take an 8-foot pipe, okay? On a Saturday morning, my dad would give me an axe. I would take the axe and I would chop the 8-foot pipe. After I would chop it, then I had to pry it open. When I pried it open, I pulled out the wire, copper wire. The copper wire had paper on it. He would take me, we'd put in a little bin, we'll burn the paper. Take it off, take the wire, throw it in the back of the trunk. At 14 and 15, I was getting $800 a weekend. When I wanted a raise, I would cut 2 8-foot pipes. Now you take a 14, 15-year-old that's making $800, $1,600 a weekend. I didn't have to go get a job. I bought my first car at 15, $900. I took a 8.5 foot and made my money when I bought my car cash. So my parents put this in me, entrepreneur patch, you can do it. When I went to college, I played basketball in college, as many people know. Well, at halftime, I would sell MLK buttons, incense, chew sticks, Because the people, that's what they bought. When we went to lunch, I would go eat my lunch and sit outside. I would sell the bean pies, the incense, the chew sticks. When everybody had fun on Friday night, and the dorm room was a little smelly, and you knew that the warden was coming by, I would sell incense that Saturday morning and make money. So I've always known how to make money, but now I want to show you how to take a hustle into a business. Now, you know, you can go to these workshops on eBay, and some of these workshops are excellent. And you can pay the $5.99, the $6.99, you could even pay the $2,000. I could charge $2,500 for the things I'm going to show you today, but I'm not that kind of person. If I can help someone today that can make some money tonight, that can change their family reality, that's what Patrick is about. So I'm going to continue to do these workshops every couple weeks. I'm going to show you today, strictly today, about eBay. The next couple weeks I'm going to show you Amazon. Then after that I'm going to show you Craigslist. There's no business that you can't do if you have the desire to do it. If you have the will to do it. And desire feeds the will. So today I'm going to do that. So I'm going to sit in front of the computer. Those on the listening, that's on the conference call, you just listen up. If you have your computers, you can go ahead and go in front of your computers. I'm going to go step by step. I don't want to talk about something and then you get off the line and you don't know how to do it. So I'm going to actually walk you step by step in front of it, and then I'm going to sell a product with you online. Now, those that are here in Atlanta, they have opportunities to watch me do it, but those that are listening, just hang on in there, you'll get it. So while our computer is booting up, I want to talk about something my dad told me. He said, Pat, pride goes before destruction. Now, some of us that need money, oftentimes we get too, for lack of better words, we get arrogant. You know, I don't want to make money that way. I want to make money. I want to put on my, my three-piece suit and my gaiters, and, we can do that, and I too can do that. But I want to show you how to make money sitting in the comfort of your home. If you're one that's, you're homebound now, you can't go out and, go get a 9-to-5. Those that, you might have some legalities that you're working with to where you can't use your social security numbers. We have many issues, and especially in the communities that we're talking about, some things you just can't do. But I'm going to show you how to make money tonight, right here online. So let me give my computer just a chance to boot up. And as it's booting up, I want to first tell you one thing that everyone has to have, and this is the time you want to start taking your notes. Okay? To sell online, you need to have some form of payment transactions. Okay? The most secure transaction that I have found and that I use on a daily basis is PayPal. Okay? PayPal, you've heard about it. Some people might be skeptical of it. PayPal is one of the most secure online transactions that you can use. To get a PayPal account is totally free. And many of these things I'm telling you, if they're not free, they're very minimal cost. Now what PayPal will do, PayPal will take a percentage of the transactions. So if you have a transaction and the transaction say is $20, then they're going to get a portion of that $20. But it's not enough to where you are going to be upset. Okay? Now, after PayPal, you want to go ahead and set up an eBay account. And I'm going to walk you step by step. Now, why am I saying eBay? And here we go, it's coming on now. Why am I saying eBay? As Jahi told you, I was a consumer on eBay for many years, and my wife can attest to this. I play golf as a hobby, and I would go on and I would purchase golf clubs. I purchased the individual golf clubs, I purchased sets of golf clubs, and it got to a point to where I had to stop getting on eBay because I was spending on eBay. And I got to a point to where I could guarantee I'll win a bid. I didn't have to wait for someone to show me how to do it. I didn't have to think that I couldn't get what I wanted. If I wanted it, I have a system to where I knew I could get it. Well, that system got so good, I began to purchase items for people. Someone said, hey, Patrick, I'm looking for, a laptop for my son. I would say, give me the range of amount of money that you want to spend. Tell me the specs of the item, and I guarantee I can get it at that price. Well, there's a couple techniques that you have to know to be able to do that, and those are some I'm going to show you. And just pardon me, we're waiting for technology to catch up with us. Now, one thing about eBay sales, there is nothing that you have in your home, nothing that you have of value that cannot be sold. One thing about me, and I hope you haven't purchased me something in the last couple of years, I'm not the kind that's loyal to a product. So if you buy me something and, oh, Patrick's going to love that, he's going to keep it for, no, I'm not going to keep it forever. If that has some value to it, and I could use that value to get something else that I like, I guarantee that camera that you bought me 5 years ago, I do not use it today. I am the one that will upgrade my technology every couple of months, but I do not spend my own money to upgrade my technology. And I'm going to show you how to do that today. So now those that are near your computer, if you can go ahead and log on to eBay, and that's www.ebay.com. There are other auction sites out there, and I'm going to caution you on some, and take this to heart. There are some auction sites, and the new ones are these penny sites, okay? And you see them, man, I got this iPad for $33. Now let me tell you what happens with those sites. With those sites, you pay an amount of money, you'll get, say, $40, and you get so many bids. You might get 75 bids. And every time you bid, you're bidding, and the price is going up by a penny, but you're spending 60 cents per bid. Okay? So you think that you're not worried about the 60 cents, you're looking at the amount of money that the item is at. So it's at $13. It's like, man, I can get a MacBook Pro for $13? Yeah, you could. But as you keep bidding, you remember you're paying 60 cents a bid. So the price may end at $35, but you just spent $150 worth of bids at 60 cents per bid. Now, you spent that money, but guess what? If you don't win the bid, you're $150 in the hole on some product someone else won. So now you load more money on to win again. So you eventually might win something that's a fraction of the cost, but how much money have you already invested? That's why eBay right now is still the best game in town. And because I'm a technology guru, you gotta take the lid off, brother. There we go. We were sitting in Atlanta saying, why isn't the computer coming on you? Okay, here we go. All right. Now, a couple things that I want to make known. I'm not the guy that if you see me somewhere, don't start judging me as, ooh, man, I saw Pat going down to the Goodwill. In a moment, you're going to see why I went to the Goodwill. Now, a couple sites, as I talked about, eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, and PayPal. Any transactions, you want to have a PayPal account. Even transactions that you might do with someone face-to-face, use a PayPal account. It's one of the most secure ways the money goes directly into your bank account, but you also can get a PayPal debit card, which will be connected to your bank account. People write checks nowadays. So they say you face-to-face, you're using Craigslist or one of those, and you're a face-to-face transaction. They give you a check, you're all excited, the check bounces, they got your item, they're gone. Always use an electronic form of transaction. They even have it now with your iPhones. You can get the little credit card swiper on the bottom, and then you can swipe the credit card right there in their presence, and if the money no good, it's no good. To sell on eBay, this is the only equipment that you need. Okay? If you have a cell phone with a camera on it, that's the only equipment you need. Okay? If you do not have a cell phone with a camera, you want a digital camera, computer access. Okay? Notice I didn't say you have to have a laptop with Wi-Fi. You don't have to have the latest Dell. No. You need computer access. You can make, the way I'm going to show you make money, you can make money at the public library. Okay? And then the last thing you have to have is desire. You have to have some desire to do this. If you have the desire to do this, you can do it. Okay? And now the time frame to start making money is instant. All right. Now, this is one of my secrets. And this secret is for you guys. Inventory is the way you make money on eBay. Okay? How do you get inventory? Jahi mentioned to you that I made $18,000 over a period of time selling golf clubs. I didn't make that $18,000 with my golf clubs. I sold others' golf clubs. Now listen to the principle behind this, because you can take this principle and apply it. There was a gentleman in the city who had a golf store, okay? And I would go in, he was an older gentleman, I would go in just to support him, and I would buy some balls or some tees or a glove or whatever. His inventory was not moving. Listen to the words now. His inventory was not moving at the physical location, because as in real estate, location, 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 he had a poor location to sell golf clubs in the intercity of Atlanta. So only people that knew he was there were the only people that purchased from him. Other people that would have purchased did not know his location. So I asked him, I said, would you mind if I assisted you in selling your inventory online? He initially said, online? What do you mean selling my inventory online? I said, I buy it on eBay. I would like to sell on eBay. Okay? Now, I took inventory from him without any money out of my pocket. Now, I know you heard this word, no money down. No, I'm telling you literally, this is what I did. I took my cell phone camera. I took a picture of an item, wrote the description of the item, went back to my laptop, uploaded the picture from my cell phone, wrote down the description, and began to set the auction for the item. Do I have the item in my hand, people? No, I do not. The item is still sitting at his store. Okay? When the item sells, the money comes to me. Then I go give him a portion of the money, then ship the item to the purchaser. Now, that little 1 minute scenario is how you're going to make money. You can go to any small business owner in whatever city you're in, okay? And from that small business owner who doesn't have a good location, who has a good product and the product is not moving, you go and say, listen, I can aid you by selling your products online. In this economy, those people that have invested that money, they need to move those products. They don't care who's moving those products. They need to move those products. So now you become another worker for that location, but you do it online. Now, I took the concept from the one golf store and I began to go around the city to the big golf stores who weren't moving the money because they had the newest items and people had to know where they were. So I went in and I worked out a 70-30 relationship with the first gentleman. Now remember, I'm getting 30%, but I have zero investment, okay? I went to the next shop, he had newer items, I did a 60-40. Oh man, you only got 40%. Yes, but it's no money from me. I'm taking pictures, okay, and taking 2 more minutes and typing, right? So I was able to sell the older gentleman's product, golf products, and the new golf store products with no money out of my pocket, okay? Now, I am a visitor of pawn shops. And let me say it again. I, Patrick S. Muhammad, am a visitor of pawn shops. Pawn shops are a gold mine for entrepreneurs. Why? Somebody fell on hard times, right? And even though they fell on hard times, they made a relationship with the pawn shop. This relationship with the pawn shop only gave them a percentage of the value of their product, right? The percentage that they gave them was so much lower than the value. You can go back in and either take a picture, which is hard in a pawn shop, or you could purchase an item. But before you purchase that item, you have to do some product research. So say, you have a laptop. You see the laptop, and you know the laptop is a Dell Inspiron 1500. The pawn shop is selling it for $230. What you're going to do is if you have a smartphone, you're going to stand right there in the pawn shop. You're going to type in Dell Inspiron 1500 and the specs, okay? And then you're going to see what comes back. Brand new is going to come back, say $799. Pre-owned is going to come back maybe $499. They're selling it now for $250. You know if I sell it for $250, I can put it online starting at $350. Okay? Now listen to what I just said. You're getting it for $250. I didn't say take it home and start it for $250. You start it for $350. Every transaction that I'm going to show you, you can't lose. I will never show you a technique where you're going to lose money. All these techniques, you're going to make the money instantly, okay? Now, the last one is resale shops, okay? Resale shops, you know, your Goodwills, your thrift stores. Clark Howard, who is a financial planner here in the Atlanta area, and he actually is on CNN, the headline news now. Clark Howard is so money conscious that instead of dry cleaning his shirts, he takes his shirts to the Goodwill and donates them with his initials in the collar. Because before they can put it to sale, they have to wash it and launder it. He lets them wash it and launder it, then he goes back to the Goodwill and buys his own shirt. That's how frugal he is. But he can get his shirt clean for about 90 cents to where it costs you $1.25 at the store. Now, you do that over time, you can say, man, that's smart. Now, take the same concept. They have electronics. The coach from Michigan, who just got fired, right? Just got fired. He took, I think, over 1,200 pieces of Michigan official merchandise and gave it away to a thrift store. You go right in there and you purchase those, you can sell them. Notice I said clothing. Can you sell clothes on eBay? Yes, you can. Can you sell authentic ballpoint pens? Yes, you can. Can you sell your old cell phone? Yes, you can. Okay? Do you catch my drift now? There's nothing good. What's the guy, Fred Sanford? If I had Fred Sanford stuff right now, I'd be a millionaire. Because one man's trash is another man's treasure. So, I wanted to move past that, but let me recap real quick. Where can you go get your inventory from? A local store that's not having good sales, or one that's having good sales that wants to expand. Resale shops and pawn shops. Notice I did not tell you to go invest in these wholesale companies online yet. You do not have to do that right now. That's for someone like me, and I'll get to that in just a second. But until you get to the point to where you feel comfortable in your transactions, don't go subscribe to a wholesale distributor that says, yes, you can sell these products. As soon as you Google them and you go on eBay, you see their product 1,000 times, and everybody has the same price. That's because they got you off the initial investment. Your product is not going to move. I'm showing you products that's going to move every time you put them on, okay? So that's it, started. So here in Atlanta, I'm going into eBay. And if you are in front of your computer, I would like you to log on to eBay as well. If you already have an eBay account, log on to that eBay account. If you do not, go ahead and register. It's totally free to register on eBay. Yes. Go ahead with the question. Right. And thank you for that question, John. His question was, with the inventory 101, what about the items you have already? Well, you know, my business, I mentioned to you before, I've always started with no money. And I'm going to show you today how to do it with no money. You have something in your house right now that still has value that you have not used in years. And, you know, all of us have these 2-year contracts with Sprint and AT&T. And, you know, we all upgraded to the iPhone 4, and we got this 3G at home, what we're going to do with it. All of those are money-making opportunities. Your old iPod, your first iPod, your Atari 64 that you have at home, your Nintendo that you have at home. I actually have online right now the old reel-to-reel movies that I found in my daddy's house that we used to watch Mighty Mouse on. That is going up online, okay? You have something right now, as I'm talking, I want you to think about that item that you're going to sell. And right here in Atlanta, I'm actually going to sell an item with the audience here. But everything that you have that you do not use, before you give it away and try to get the tax return, get some cash from it. Because you can turn that money into capital to purchase something else. So I'm going into eBay, and I'm logging in. And notice when you come to eBay, it has a search engine. And what I want you all to get in the habit of, always use 2 windows, okay? One window you're not going to log in. The other window you're going to log in as yourself, okay? And if you don't know how to do that, on your screen, you just go File, and you go New. Once you're in the internet, it'll say New tab or New window, okay? So on one of the windows, I want you to sign in. And I'm signing in as Silk. hear someone typing away up there. Go ahead and type and get on in there. Okay, so I'm signing in on one of my accounts, and then I'm going to go File, New. If you're using a Mac, it says New Window, New Tab, and if you're using a PC, I think it says New Window. Okay. Now, why do I want you to use two windows? The reason being is we're going to use one as our searching site to search for items, and then the other we're going to use to actually post our items. So say you want to sell, and what I have in front of me that we're going to sell, we're selling a voice over IP phone. It's the IP phone that you use over the internet. And it's one here we use here at our office, well, we were using here at our office, but we decided we could just use our cell phone. So I know this, I bought it for $150. It's been in the closet for, I don't know, 6 months. So I know I should easily be able to get $75. I believe I should be able to get $75 off it, right? But before I put something online to begin to sell, I want to know exactly how much these items are going for currently. Okay, you don't want to say, yeah, I bought this in 2000 and man, I paid $300 for it. I'm posting it for $300. It's not going to sell. You want to make sure everything depreciates. So before you put something up there, you have to be realistic. So I'm going to, on the eBay screen that I'm not signed in on, I'm going to search for my item. Okay, so in the search engine, I'm just typing in my item, and it's a Linksys IP phone. And you'll notice with eBay, eBay uses Google's search engine, and that way it pulls up the latest items. And it uses Google's engine to actually give you different prices. So I'm pulling up the Linksys system. Now, when you're doing this, make sure you do your due diligence. Okay, so I typed in links, and whatever you have in front of you, you have a laptop, you can actually use the laptop you're using. Just type in that brand name into the search engine, or type in your cell phone into the search engine. But always do your due diligence and make sure you put as much information as possible. So I put in links and I put in iPhone. And I didn't get what I believe I should have gotten. So I'm going to narrow it by putting in more information. I'm going to actually put the serial number of the item. Okay? So when you put information in, if you don't think you're getting the right numbers, put as much of the information in as possible. Okay? So now I see what I believe is the right phone. Okay? Now I need you guys to really listen for a second, because this is going to cut your playing time down a lot. Now, what I pulled up, I have 26 phones. Okay? When you see a number like this is a gold mine for this product. When you put a product in and you see 5,000, that's too many. Okay? But when you start seeing 26, 100, 200 items, that's a good thing. Now, listen to this very carefully. There is a trick. I want you to go back to the website. Well, before you do that, copy and paste the item. So I have the Links phone, SPA 942. So I'm copying that information, right? I'm going back to the eBay site that I'm logged in. I'm going to paste that information and then do the same search. It's going to bring me the same information, but if you scroll down, you'll see something on the left-hand side called Buying Formats. Okay? I'm going to say Choose More. It's going to expand this window a little bit. And the Preferences is going to come up. Okay? Under Preferences, and I'm going to slow down just a second. Under Preferences, on your right-hand column, it says Show Only. I want to go down to Completed Listings. Okay? So there's Buying Formats. I clicked on Choose More. I clicked on Preferences, Completed Listings. Okay? Then you hit the go. What this is going to show you is that item that you're interested in and the completed listings of that item. And now it's asking me to log in one more time. It's going to show you the completed listings of that item. This is very important. Now, you see when on completed listings, 41 of these items have sold. Okay? Now, these 41 items, you see in the green? The green is what they sold for. So someone had 2 of the phones I have. They sold 2 of them. They got $150 from it. Somebody sold one, they got $69 from it, okay? Somebody sold another who has a different title, they made $40 of it. Someone sold a lot of 7 and sold 300. Now, this word lot means a number of items. So in this lot, it was 7. In a lot, it might be 150, just depends, okay? Now, then you see in the red, someone sold it for $85 at a buy it now. You just put right by it now to the right-hand side, and then just put a star next to it, and I'll come back and touch that in a second. But someone had it a buy it now for $85 in red, and it did not sell, okay? So whatever item that you put in, and then you went to completed listings, the green are sold, the red did not sell. Now I'm going to just say something to you. There's a couple of different formats in here. One is best offer, one is buy it now, and then the other is just the auction, okay? So you have best offer, buy it now, and then an auction. I have a friend who's a car salesman who sells cars. With cars or items that have a big ticket price, you want to do something like best offer. So you put in there, I'm selling this car for $5,000 or best offer. If someone says, man, I give you $4,700, you can take that best offer and it doesn't have to go to an auction, okay? So let's go back. So we see that the average has sold, you know, for around $150 for 2, and then $75, $80 for the 1. Now, you want to look at the price of the item where you think you can get the most money for your product. So I think I can get $75 for our phone. So I'm going to go up to the one person who sold it, sold one of the phones closer to the amount of money, and I'm going to click into their auction, okay? The reason I'm clicking in, I want to see their description. What did they say about their phone? And I say the same thing. Once I look in here, and this is what you want to get in the habit of, as I'm looking in here, I know this person didn't type all this information, okay? What this person did, they went to the creator or the manufacturer's website and copied the information for this phone to make sure they had all the information right and exact. To a buyer, that sounds great. You know everything about your product. Not really. I just bought the phone because that's what the company told me to do. But using the manufacturer's information, it helps you in your sales, okay? So what I'll do, I'll go and copy and paste from the manufacturer. Now let me warn you one thing. eBay is smart. Very, 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 very smart. You want to copy and paste information only from the manufacturer's website. Do not copy and paste the information from another seller who sold a product, okay? Because eBay stores it somewhere. And you post your item and it's going good, then you'll get email that said that you copied information from another seller. You cannot do that. That's violating eBay's guidelines. So anytime you're copying information, make sure you copy that information from the manufacturer of that product, not from another eBay seller. Okay, so let's go back to the website that you're not signed in, the eBay site you're not signed in, and see if you see your product. And we see our product, they're live. These are live auctions right now. Now let me tell you another Patrick secret. This is one of those secrets that I want you to always start. On the right-hand side, there's a drop down that says sort by, okay? And when you sort by, always look for ending soonest, okay? It's going to reshuffle the information. Now, as a seller, as a buyer, you only want ending soonest. Why? The ending soonest is the current information. Okay? That's what's happening today. That's what's happening in the next 5 minutes. That's what's happening in the next hour. It will always show you the time farthest to the right. So like the item for me, the next one is selling in 20 hours. Okay? 20 hours and 19 minutes. When you post an item, here's another sidebar and a star secret. When you're posting an item, make sure you're looking at the time. Okay? The reason I can guarantee I purchase items, because I look for people who didn't pay attention to what time the item is ending, and it's ending at 3 o'clock in the morning. Nobody's bidding on it but me and other people like me. So I know I can win your item because you didn't look and see what time you posted it for. Always make sure your items are ending at peak computer time. Peak computer time. And this is with your social networking or any kind of marketing that you do. Your peak computer time is 8 o'clock in the morning. When people wake up, they check their emails before they go to work. Noon to 1, which is people's lunchtime and lunch break. If they work in a place they won't allow them to get on their computers, noon to 1 is when they can check. And then supper. Supper can be from 4 to 6. Okay. After that, many people are the night hawks are on the computer or they're spending time with their family. So you want your auctions to end either first thing in the morning, lunchtime, or between 4 and 6. If you put your items on there after those times, then you're going to run into somebody like me. Okay? Somebody like me who's watched that item, knows exactly what time it's ending, and I'm going to bid ridiculously. And right there, that's another Patrick-ism. I'm going to bid ridiculously on your item. And I'll tell you what that means in just a second. All right, so let's move back to our product. Okay, so let's go back to, we're actually going to post this product now. How's the conference call? Can everybody still hear me? We're all good? Can they respond, Johnny? Can they hear me? Okay, you're very good. Have y'all learned something so far? All right. Okay, very good. Okay, so let's go back to the account that we're signed in on. And now we're going to actually sell our first item. Okay, let me get into here. Okay, now, when you're back onto the screen that you're signed in on the top right-hand side, it says My eBay, and then it says Sell, S-E-L-L, and you want to go down to Sell an Item. After you have done this for a while, yes, you will open up your own store on eBay. And yes, you can have your own store, your own website, right there on eBay. And people never have to leave eBay. They'll stay right there on your page. Okay, so in eBay, like I told you, it's very smart. It's going to help you out. So it says, welcome sellers, list your item. Okay, so now I'm going to go back. And remember, I copied and pasted my information. So now I'm just going to paste it one more time. Under list your item. I'm going to paste my item. And because someone has sold this item before, the information is going to come up. So it's going to tell me what category this item is already in. And you don't have to get real super smart and Bill Gatesy right here. It already tells you where it is. This is a networking phone. So I'm going to click on networking. And then I'm just going to go to the next category. I'm going to say continue. Okay? And those, whatever item you're doing, just go ahead and follow the prompts. Now, the next thing is going to say, choose a listing form. You want to keep it simple. Okay? You do not have to do anything high science with eBay. Keep it simple. So you go on the right-hand side, and it actually says keep it simple. You're going to hit go. Okay, so now it's telling me what my item is. Okay, it's telling me what my item is. Create your listing. Create a descriptive title. And I'm just going to retype the name of my phone. Okay? And my phone is a LINKSYSPA942. Okay? Then I'm going to go down to add a picture. Now, remember I told you if you had that smartphone, you can take a picture of it. If you don't have a phone, or if you don't have a way of taking a picture, I'm going to show you another technique. And always remember, your first picture on eBay is free. Do you need more than one picture? No, you do not. You're going to have to pay 15 cents a picture. You don't need 12 pictures of your item. One picture is enough. If the person's going to buy it, they're going to buy it if you got one picture or 20 pictures. They want that item. Okay? So don't, and I'm frugal, so I don't believe in spending the money you don't have to spend. Now, to get the free picture, I want you to do one more thing. I want you to go to File again and open up a new window. Okay? And this is how you get pictures of your item without having to put your personal picture of the item, which might not be the best picture. Okay? Because you don't, even if your item is good quality, your photograph might not be good quality. Okay? So I want you to open up a new window and just take a Google search and type in your phone. Okay? And And once that comes up, when Google comes up, I want you to look at the top left of Google, right above the word Google, and there's a word that says images. Okay? Click on the word images, and that is your image of your product. I want you to find the image you want, and just look for a JPEG. Okay? And JPEG is just the extension, so let's just have the item with .jpg on it. Click on that picture. That picture is going to open up. And these are some more just little steps and techniques. When that picture opens up, I want you to look all the way to the right-hand side. You're going to see something that says Google Images. Then it's going to say full-size image. If you click on full-size image, your whole page is going to change to just that image. Okay? This is how you get photographs totally free. Once you get to that page, I want you to go back to the button that says File. And I want you to say Save As. Okay, and it's going to ask you where you want to save it. Just save it to your desktop. And now you have the picture of the exact phone. Okay? Now after you have saved that picture to your desktop, let's go back to our eBay screen that we're signed in on, which is your number 2. It says bring your item to life with pictures. Now I'm going to add photo. And they're going to ask you where do you want to add the photo from. You can say choose your file. I'm going to add the photo from my desktop. Double click on the photo that you just brought in. Click on upload. And now you have a professional photo of your product. All right? Real simple. Okay, now we're going to continue on. Okay? The next one is step 3. Describe the item that you're selling. Okay. If this is a used item in eBay world, it's best to be honest. Okay? Don't try to make it more than what it is. The product will sell itself. Just be honest. Why? When customers purchase your item and it's shipped to them and they open that box, if you told them this is a flawless mink coat and they open it and it has pink paint on it where some animal rights is thrown up, just tell them up front. Don't let them get it. And that was not what they said. So if your item has a scratch on the screen or you're missing a key off the keyboard, just tell them. If you tell them and they still buy it, then you're covered. But if you don't tell them, then you got to go through all this refund information and everything. Okay, so it's going to ask you your item condition. Okay, so my item condition, I'm going to say it is used. Okay, now I get to tell them how used it is. So now listen to my language, and you can use this language. I'm going to say gently used links, SPA 942 voice over internet protocol phone. Now listen, this is where you get personal. Because, you know, this is someone just like you on the other end. I'm going to say, I use this phone sparingly. I purchased it through a company and did not like the company's service plan. This is no reflection on the usability of, is that a word? Usability. Jahid, is that a word? You know, Jahid's the smart person right here. Usability, it is a word, of the product. Now, real simple, I was honest. Let me tell you why this is important. If this is something you could say, this is a diamond ring. My wife bought this ring and I do not like it. I'm sure you will like it for your spouse. Bam! That's honest. Now, I'm not talking about my wife personally, but that's how honest you want to be on eBay because it's people just like you. These are not people that, you know, companies. This is someone just like you. The more honest you are, the better your sales. Also, the reason you want to be so honest, with eBay you get stars. After so many stars, people only purchase from people with 20 stars, 30 stars, 1,000 stars. So when your product is good, your customers get a chance to make a comment about you, which helps you in future sales. Okay? Now, step 4 says set a price and shipping details. This is where the money is made. And let me just digress for just a second. This summer, I have found, in golf clubs, I found a beautiful location to get my items from. It was so beautiful, I could sell an item every 6 hours, okay? And so, when I needed money, I didn't want an item to sell for 7 days. I wanted to sell in about 12 hours because I wanted the money instantly. And so my wife and I went on this, 7-day plan to make a couple $1,000s. And in that 7 days, we made a couple $1,000s because I didn't allow the sales to extend longer than I wanted them to extend. Now, right here, this is where you control that. Number 4 says seller price and shipping details. If you look over to your right, it says lasting for how long. You can say 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, 7 days, 10 days. Items that are hot. And when I say hot, I'm talking autographed copy of Jay-Z's new CD that's going to be released in 6 months. That's a hot item. I don't need you to bid on it forever. I want you to get it now. Okay? If you have something like furniture that's going to take a long time, you put that on there for 10 days. Or you can reverse it. If it's something that you think a lot of people are going to bid on it, you can put it for 10 days and let them just go up and just increase the sell amount. But for me, I typically, because I want to move on, I don't want to sit on items, I typically only do 1 to 3 days max for me, okay? So I'm going to say 1 day on this item. Why am I saying 1 day? Remember, I know somebody's selling theirs in 20 hours, okay? And I know right now in Atlanta it's 4:57. This is a good time for me. Tomorrow at 4:57, I should have some money in my account, okay? That's how simplistic I want you to be. You look at the time, you see what you need, and then you put it in there. Now, it says start auction bid at. You see it says eBay defaults to 99 cents, but you can set the amount that you want to start it at. I always believe in setting the amount at the amount I want to get. I don't want you to start at 99 cents, I want to get to $75, especially if I'm doing a 1-day sale, right? So if I want $75, what am I going to start it with? $75. You guys are so smart. Okay? So I'm starting my sale at $75. Okay? That means if one person bid, I got the money that I want. All right? Now, you notice it says add a buy now option. Okay? Now listen, this is another Patrick secret. If somebody really wants the item, they're going to buy it now. Okay? I don't want them to buy it at $75. If they're just that eager, I want to double my money. So I'm going to say, yes, I'll add the buy now option, but you can buy it now for $150. Okay? Now, either you're going to make $75 or you're going to make $150. Okay? Now, once you put the buy now option, look to the right. It's going to cost me 25 cents. Okay, if I'm going to make it to $75, I'll pay 25 cents. Make sense? All right. Now, we're going to move on down. Now, before really being on eBay, I didn't understand what handling meant. I always knew what shipping meant, but I never really knew what handling meant. What handling means is, how much does it cost you to get off your couch, to put that item in the box, to take it to the post office? Okay? Whatever your daily rate is, that's handling. Shipping is what the post office or UPS charges you. So sometimes you see shipping and handling $75. Say, man, why are they shipping it? They made money off you for handling. Now, this is a secret. You can always make money off lower end items by adding a little bit to your handling. Just don't get extravagant. Okay, so you need to make $10 more off the item, you can put $10 in your handling. Okay, so I always use the post office. The post office will, if you go on the United States Post Office, they'll send you free boxes of different sizes. You get to check the size that you want. You don't even, to do eBay, family, you don't have to leave your house. You can get free boxes from the post office. When you sell an item, you can print the actual postage from your house on the same computer, and you can set it for your postal carrier to pick the box up from your house. You never have to leave your home. Now, your postal carrier will be a little upset because they got to get out their truck and walk up to your door, but it's okay. All right, so my shipping and handling for this phone, I'm going to send it through United States Postal Service. Let me tell you one more thing. Media mail is a way you save money, but media mail is anytime there's a paper product like a book or a magazine. Okay, so I'm gonna just use standard United States Postal Service, and I'm gonna go down, I'm gonna send this first class, okay? And my shipping cost to the buyer, I'm gonna tell the buyer that this is gonna cost me $10 to ship this to you, okay? And you can guess, but if when you start moving a lot of products, you don't wanna lose money in your shipping. So you can get you one of those little scales at home, or you can, you know how we do it here, you can open up another screen, you can go to the United States Postal Service, you can actually put in the actual weight of the item, and it'll tell you exactly how much it's gonna cost, okay? Now, you go down, the next one says handling time. Always be honest. If you are a procrastinator, and that package may sit in your car for about 4 or 5 days, tell the buyer that it's gonna take a couple of days. So choose shipping, handling time, give yourself 5 days, give yourself a week, okay? Because you don't want to start getting complaints, man, I bought this item for that Patrick, and man, he shipped it 2 weeks later, okay? This is also very important when you begin to use drop shipment. You want to calculate the time it's going to take from your distributor to get that product to the purchaser. Now, I ran into a glitch this summer because I was getting some items from, I don't know what part of China it was in. It was deep in the bush somewhere in China. And it was taking a week and a half to get there. And I put 7 days on my items, and the people said, man, the item didn't come. So I had to adjust it and put it to 2 weeks. So when you start drop shipping, make sure you know how long it's going to take your item to get there. All right. Now, as we get down to the bottom, it just says decide how you like to get paid. And of course, we already set up our our PayPal account. So PayPal goes directly to your account when it's sold. Now, before we hit save and preview, bottom left-hand side tells you it's costing me $1.25 to sell this item. Now, let me tell you why it cost me $1.25. When you go back up, remember, I paid an extra 25 cents because I added the buy it now option, and then the initial just hosting of the item on eBay. That took me to $1.25. I'm hitting save and preview. It's going to say whatever error that you have, and I have an error. Service can only be used to send media items. So it'll tell you if you have any items that you need to fix. My items are fine. Okay, now it's going to ask you to list your item. Click on list your item, and in a matter of seconds, your item is live on eBay. Okay, now give yourself a round of applause. You have just posted your first item on eBay. Now, what I want you to do is go back to the screen that you had open when you search for that item. Okay? Now, I want you to go over, type in that same item, go down and take off the completed listings. Oh, no, we didn't do completed. You're fine, you're fine. Go ahead and paste that item, and then search for it again. Once the search comes back, I want you to go over to sort by and look for newly listed items, okay? Once the newly listed items comes up, you should be able to scroll down and see your item. And let's see if we can see our item. I'm looking. Uh-oh, I think I'm losing people. Jahi, can y'all still hear me? I'm losing a couple people on my conference call with the battery. But you should see your item. And once you find your item, you can just confirm that your item is there. And I'm still looking for ours. 140. Ours might be a page down. And we're doing a one-day sale. So just recap, what time is my item in? It's in tomorrow at around the same time. When that item ends, you're going to begin to get emails from eBay telling you actually get an email every time someone bids. So you'll be able to see your item being bid on. Now, what I want to talk about with you now is how to, and just let me know how I'm doing on time. I want to talk to you about buying from distributors. And I'm going to give you some of my distributors. And this is why this call is worth more than what we're charging. and it's not about what we charge, but I want you all to be able to do it today. You know, you have that item that you're selling now that's in your home, but there's also websites where you can purchase items, okay? So say you know, I know tax time is coming back, and many of us are going to get a little tax refund, and when you get that tax refund, you know, you might have an extra $400 or $500. You might even have an extra $1,000. If you have money like that, then there are websites out there to where you can really, really, really make some money. And I'm going to give you some of my personal websites. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to transfer you guys over to another cell phone so I won't lose anybody. But if you have your notepads out, this is where you want to take the notes. These are some more secrets. Man, my wife going to give me for telling all these secrets, but that's okay. We're going to make a couple, I'm not going to say millionaires. We're going to make a couple hundredaires by the end of the week. Anybody want to be a hundredaire? All right. You know, because my thing is, you know, and I get in trouble at home. If I see something I want, I see a new car, I check out the car note, $450. Man, I can make that. I can make that in a week. So I'm going to go get what I want. So let me just call into the conference call and add these numbers. Just give me 1 second.
Please enter your access code followed by the pound sign.
And I hope everyone is enjoying us so far.
You entered 8, 6, 7, 9, 6, 6. If this is correct, press 1. There are 7 participants in this conference. This conference is being recorded.
All right.
Please announce yourself.
Okay, let's make sure I'm in. This is Patrick back in. Okay, am I still on, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. I just had to change cell phones. Battery was going. Okay, now listen. Now let me just, I want to be, you know, I'm an honest person, and I don't like to steer anybody the wrong way. With the wholesale sites, make sure you read the information that they post on their sites, okay? This summer, again, honestly, family, I made about 20 grand in about a month and a half, okay? Buying from the distributor I told you about in China. The only catch was they were a OEM, original equipment manufacturer, okay? They were a company, and this is golf clubs again, they were a company that makes golf clubs for the big time golf companies. However, if there's any defects, the big time companies won't purchase them, okay? So they won't sell them. So this website was selling them to people like me. I'll buy them and put them on eBay. The only reason I had to slow down, you know, being Patrick, I didn't try to get the maximum money off of it. You know, if I can make $150 on an item, that was cool for me. So there were golf clubs that cost $800. I was selling for $500 because I already made $150, $200. Well, because my items were moving so fast, the companies were like, dude, you can't underbid, you can't undersell it that low. Okay? So just be careful when you start moving products like me. I was moving so many products that, you know, it made the companies pay attention to it. So when you find a product, always do your due diligence, as we talked about earlier, and do your research on that item to see how much it's selling for. And then, you know, you go 50 below, 75 below. Don't take the risk and go 300 below like me. I didn't care because I already made, you know, but I was selling so much. The messenger said do the volume business. So I was doing volume business. Keep the prices low. Okay, here we go. If you all tell everybody my websites, we got to have a conversation. Okay, here we go. Okay, the first one that I want you to Google is Cedar PC, CEDARPC.com. All right, we're going to Cedar PC. When you get to Cedar PC, and you know me, this is a free site to be on, okay? When you get to Cedar PC, you're like, man, look at this website. It doesn't look too interesting to me, right? I want you to click on where it says Online Store, okay? When you click on Online Store, you're going to see one of the stores that says Chantilly, Chantilly, okay? And I hope you guys' computers are as fast as mine. I hope I'm not going too fast. But The site is Cedar, CEDARPC.com. Okay, and let me make a disclaimer, I am not an affiliate of these. So if you have a bad situation with them, don't blame Brother Patrick, but I've had good business with them. But this is a good site that I use all the time. Okay, so we're going to click on that store. Now, once you get there, it's going to ask you, you can either download their inventory or you can just search. Now, I'm personally an